Now we're going to turn to the young woman who says she was sexually assaulted by the suspect in the murder of Memphis mom, Eliza Fletcher. Alicia Franklin says police ignored her case and failed Eliza. Her disturbing allegations raise a lot of questions. Ariel Reshef here with that exclusive interview. Good morning, Ariel.
Good morning to you, George. Alicia's story is chilling and frankly hard to fathom. Exactly 1 year ago today, she says she was sexually assaulted by Cleotha Henderson. She tells me something kept drawing her to Eliza Fletcher's case as she continued to press for answers in her own. But she never could have imagined the unthinkable connection.
I never in a million years thought anything like that would happen to me.
This morning, in her first TV interview, 22-year-old Alicia Franklin breaking her silence about the night she says she was raped by Cleotha Abston Henderson, the man now accused of kidnapping and killing Memphis jogger Eliza Fletcher.
Not a day goes by that I didn't think about this.
Alicia alleging Henderson attacked her almost a full year before Eliza went missing. But the DNA results from her sexual assault kit linking Henderson to her case were not reported until after Eliza disappeared, a delay she believes allowed Henderson to remain free.
They had more than enough evidence that night when they interviewed me to get him off the streets, but they didn't.
Henderson only now facing charges for attacking Alicia, pleading not guilty. In September 2021, Alicia says she met a man who went by Cleo on an online dating site, texting on the phone for weeks before finally meeting in person. She agreed to pick him up from what he claimed was his apartment, but once they got inside, she says it was abandoned.
Walk us through what happened the night of September 21st, 2021.
We walked in the house, he put a gun to my neck, and he was like, if you move, I'm going to kill you. Because I was so scared. So he ended up putting a shirt over my head. He didn't want me to see him. I was crying because I'm like, just please let me go. But he wasn't really trying to hear it. And every time I said something, he threatened to kill me. He forced me in the car. He raped me.
Alicia, who was 4 months pregnant at the time, says she begged him to stop.
I told him I was pregnant. He didn't care.
She says he then took her back into the vacant apartment at gunpoint.
It was like, when you hear me rev my engine, that's when you leave. But I thought he was going to shoot me in the back of my head because I just didn't see him letting me go. And once I heard the car drive off, I just ran.
In the fog of trauma, Alicia drove herself to the hospital, then to a rape crisis center where they administered a sexual assault kit, and she was interviewed by a sex crimes detective.
What did they tell you the protocol was for your rape kit? Did they give you any sense for when they would give you those results?
No, she didn't really say, she didn't tell me how everything would play out. I called for about 2 days, but nobody really was talking to me.
Alicia says that same night she gave authorities the man's phone number, walked them through the crime scene, described his car, and all the details of the assault.
Did they give you any explanation about why you had all these details about him and still they didn't track him down?
They said they didn't have enough evidence. They was like, this is not enough evidence to charge him for rape.
Even though you had taken a rape test, they said they still didn't have enough evidence.
Yeah.
Alicia's lawyers alleging if authorities had run the sexual assault kit then, it would have matched Henderson's DNA, which was already in the system because of his extensive criminal past. But they didn't. And over the next year, Alicia says she kept pressing authorities for answers.
I called. They just always gave me the runaround and sent me in circles. I have always been paranoid since then. I'm always on edge. I don't trust people. I'm always looking over my shoulder.
On Friday, September 2nd, around 4:30 a.m., 34-year-old mom and kindergarten teacher Eliza Fletcher went for a run in Memphis, but never returned. Her body found days later. Henderson now charged with her murder after authorities say DNA at the scene was quickly tested, linking him to the crime.
Do you believe that if your case had been processed sooner, that Eliza would be alive today?
I definitely believe she would have still been alive today.
Alicia's lawyers say she's now telling her story to prevent this from happening again.
She wants to make sure that when a victim speaks out like she has spoken out, that we listen and we, expeditiously process rape kits and we expeditiously look for the person who needs to be off the street so that no one else is ever hurt.
Cleotha Henderson has not entered a plea in Eliza's case. Alicia is now suing the city of Memphis and the apartment complex where she says the attack happened. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation says they processed Alicia's rape kit when they were asked to and is working to hire more people to improve turnaround times here. The Memphis Police Department did not respond to our multiple requests for comment. Guys.
Okay, Errol, thanks very much. You can see much more of Errol's report on Alicia's story on Nightline.